Okay, so here I'm going to try wing mirror view. So bye bye microphone. Okay, there's a flaw with that one. Yeah. Is that whenever you open the door, there's a gap that goes on here. So we've effectively got to get in the car, put the camera on somehow, pull the car keys out of my butt, and then we'll go. Right, let's see. Car keys? Okay. Now, for some reason, whenever I took the mic out of the GoPro this time, the audio just went absolutely tits. It just started going me at full blast. Don't know why. I don't think that's ever happened before, or certainly hasn't happened since. I've done quite a few videos since actually shooting this, and haven't had that problem before. It may just be the case of taking the mic in and out, and after a while it just kind of went, what the hell are you doing? I don't think it was an issue with the magnets, because that's what I thought. I was thinking, could the magnets have screwed up the audio recording? But I think it was purely just something to do with taking the mic in and out, because when I put the mic in at the end, it's absolutely fine again, so I don't think it's that. So that's me just saying, that's me turning, putting the mic away. And so this is a pretty nervous drive here. I'm just going to kind of narrate it. This is just down a little street down in the kind of outside area of Edinburgh, the suburban area of Edinburgh. And you can see all the brown bins. Everyone's meant to get their gardening waste picked up. So, driving forward, driving backwards. The road here is kind of a slightly bumpy road, and you can see there's some vibrations. And, you know, if it was a brand new soft tarmac kind of thing, this would be absolutely fine footage. But you can still see there are kind of lots of little bumps that's shaking the car. On this little road here, there aren't any speed bumps, and certainly, oh no, there's a speed bump there, and certainly they are nerve-wracking things to go over, especially when you don't know how well the mini tripod is going to do. So when I came up to the junction here, I was thinking, right, I might have to accelerate a little bit faster, and then I hit a speed bump, and there's lots of holes in the road here. So going slowly, oh, nervous there. But I'm getting up to, I think I show my hand here saying I'm doing 20-25 miles an hour over these speed bumps, and the thing is staying on absolutely fine. There doesn't seem to be any problems. What I did notice though is something to be careful of is that there's many little stones which are magnetic, or they have iron in them. So if you are doing this near a dirty area, you can sometimes have stones attaching themselves to the magnet feet. And if you then attach the feet to your metal car, and then you move the feet, you know, the actual feet won't cause any issues, but the fact that they've got a little bit of stone magnetized to the feet, and then you're dragging along, can definitely do a bit of scratching. I think T-cut would sort it all out, but it definitely will cause scratches to your car if you just kind of pull the camera along, or just pull the magnetic feet along. So there I went out onto the main road there, so out of the cul-de-sac, and over a roundabout and onto the road. So here I was just thinking, wow, that's cool. I've managed to get it all the way here, and it hasn't fallen off. So that was onto a main road, and it stayed on no problem whatsoever. And I was thinking, if it can handle going onto a main road, over speed bumps, over this fairly rickety road, then that's a pretty good position for the camera to stay on. So that was 2 legs at the bottom, 1 leg at the top. So anyway, here's me finished, and I'm about to stick the mic back in. Whew, that is a little bit nerve-wracking, but it survived no problem, and it's the speed bumps which are the scariest. Okay, let's try another angle. Okay, for this shot, I've got you right at the front of the car. I've got it so its 2 legs are flat at the front, maybe you can see me, and hopefully you'll see just like dead rabbits and stuff getting hit by the front of the car. So we'll try a little bit with this shot. This shot actually turns out to be an incredibly boring shot. And also there's a lot of shake and a lot of vibration. So even though I have the legs wide out to the sides, there's just a lot of shake going on. So unless you're driving over something cool, you're not really going to see it. You know, or if you're on a racetrack and you see the kind of lines underneath the racetrack moving left and right, this isn't really an angle I would advise. In fact, I'm just going to speed this up. That
I suspect is just far too shaky and too wobbly and a bit too guff, so not going to use that one. Okay, this one I think might be quite cool. I've got it upside down, but through the magic of editing I'll just flip it over whenever I'm driving and maybe crop it in and try and straighten it a little bit. But it might be quite cool angle seeing me in the car. You've obviously got a small distance of how far the jobby sticks out, but might work. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, so here's the video footage as I've already turned it around, and I'm trying to. It's a very nerve-wracking bit here because you can't see where it is. So if you actually see here, I'm going over speed bump checking. Is it there? And I've got a little button there on the thing, so I can move my wing mirror. So I can move the wing mirror up. Here I've added some vibration reduction to it as well. So I've rotated the video by 35 degrees, or was it 100? I think maybe it was 135 degrees, and zoomed it in just a little bit. But this is obviously not the right angle to have it at. I think I need to have a couple more attachments for me to be at 30 miles an hour. I was saying I got up to there. So hanging from the side of the car, there's all the legs are up on the roof of the car for this shot because there was nothing down the window that I could attach it to. In fact, I possibly could have shoved it into the window actually. Never thought about that. If I wound down the window a couple of bits and then shoved one of the legs in there, then that would be the kind of security of knowing that it definitely won't fall out. But again, 30 miles an hour again. I've muted the audio in this one because it's just wind noise and that's not very interesting. But certainly if you're doing slow driving, 30 miles an hour at the most, so far here anyway, it seems to be fine, and hanging it from the side of the car, no problem. But I would say you're going to have to figure out which angle you have it at to get the kind of best out of your footage. Either that or you're going to really zoom into the shot. So therefore, you really want good video footage. So that's how it was when it first came out. I'm sure there's a better way to rotate it.
That angle seems to work. Now the other option that I've got here is the use of the door handle. So I could wrap one of the legs around the door handle, have the other two legs magnetically attached to the door, and then the camera looking into me. So it's looking from outside the car into the car. That should be cool. Let's see if I can actually do this, because it's quite a distance from there up to seeing over. Let's see how this goes. Okay, I haven't managed to wrap it around the door handle, but I think this could work. Let's see. If you fall off, you're getting run over by a bus behind me.
So yeah, there was a bus right behind me at this point, so I was thinking if you don't see this video footage, the camera's fallen off the side of the car and it's been either run over by my own car or crushed by a bus. Because the GoPro will happily take a fall, no problem. But here it hits with speed bumps and getting very nervous. The sound there was pretty pants as well. It's just wind noise from the car there. So here, going back onto a fairly main road, I think. Okay. This one's another 30 miles, so I'm saying 20 miles an hour, and getting up to about 25, 30. But what I'm certainly not feeling is confident. That's for sure. Having it hanging off the side is not a confident place to have.
The cool thing is, you can just grab you, and then that's you back in the car. Now I'm off for a hill run. Bye bye. The one thing about the magnets on this is that it makes you so tempted just to almost throw it at things as you walk past and just see where it sticks. So it's almost, you've got the joy of filming stuff, but also now the joy of magnets. Magnets are always so much fun. So I could just like walk along here, and then I could just have the camera, then I could just go plonk, and I could just walk in. And nobody would know. And nobody would know that I was using a tripod or anything like that, or it was just stuck to that. I could just do that anyway, or I could just stick onto this lamppost here. and then I can just head off and do a video sideways up like that. I kind of want to throw it at something metal. So just now I'm up at the Midlothian Ski Centre in Edinburgh, which is Britain's largest outdoor dry ski slope. So there's some metal stuff around here, definitely. However, apart from the chance of doing some skiing, which I'm not here for, I'm actually just going for a hill walk. And what I'm actually going to be walking up off that metal thing is up this hill up here. So pretty much straight up here. Just found another thing. Let's see if we can do this in time. Oh yeah! Yeah, hanging from a metal pipe from there. See that? So, wow. Ooh. Moves around a lot, but it's stuck there, which is cool. There. No, that's not even metal. Stick on the back of a car. Right, that's me getting up to the top of one of the top slopes at Hill End, or Midlothian Ski Club, and I'm seeing a post which I think is made out of stainless steel, which I think is going to be made out of metal, which is obviously iron, and bingo! I can now just go hands-free. Oh, it's only like 12 minutes of like straight uphill. Oh, that's a killer. And it's hot, it's nice weather just now. I reckon Snap Chick, Lee, Miss Snap Chick, she could certainly show me how to run for her money. But that's cool, so just stick it straight onto the lamp. Don't need to worry about the height of the tripod or the weight of the tripod or anything like that. Just find something metal, stick it on. So then not only is this little mini pod a mini pod, it's a mini tripod kind of thing, it's also a science tool of finding out which things are stainless steel or iron or something, and it just becomes kind of fun. Oh god, I stopped talking. Okay, next challenge, if you can hear me and the wind's not killing this. Can it magnetise strong enough for just a wire fence? So let's see. Stick that bit there, no, there, there, stay on. Oh, bingo! Although I probably don't actually need the magnets because I could just wrap it around some of the wires, but it makes things so much quicker. Like, these magnets are such a good idea. The Gorillapod I give like 6 out of 10. Adding the magnets, so much better, so much better. And then just bing, off, instead of having to unwrap and unwire them and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, just on a metal fence. So that's it holding a GoPro with a little microphone on it. Not bad. Now, here's another thing which I didn't think would happen, or is that this Gorillapod, I'll probably narrate this after. The Gorillapod actually becomes a handy wrist strap for the GoPro. So I've just got it on my wrist like that. So instead of having to hold the GoPro the whole time, I can just have it on my hand like this. Back on. Get rid of the sweat. And then no hands, effectively. Ooh. Okay, so that's me just run up all the way up that hill over there, and final part of this review is just a longer downhill test of the magnetic thing here. So as you can see, it sticks pretty good onto the bonnet. I've got it so it's as low down as possible, so there should be less vibration, fingers crossed. So microphone out, and I'm sticking you on. On.
And just like the last time, the wind noise got a little bit too guff. So I've added some Final Cut Pro X stabilization to this video footage. And down there I'm shouting 40 miles an hour. So with the camera right in the middle of the bonnet, facing the car, going downhill over a pretty rough ground, not smooth tarmac. If you're on a race course or something, it'd be absolutely fine. But on something like this, it didn't even really move. The movement that you're seeing here is really what Final Cut has done in the shake reduction, really.
Cool, so I can say it can survive 40 miles an hour with the GoPro on the bonnet. Pretty shaky, don't know how to figure that out.
Okay, hi everyone. So in the final conclusion of the Gorillapod, or the Gorillapod Magnetic, I would say that it is, you're not going to be using a digital SLR on it. This is for bloggers using mini GoPros and stuff like that. To the point and shoots, maybe even one of those kind of mega zoom cameras. You could probably handle one of those. In terms of if you're just going on a holiday somewhere and you want to attach something to somewhere, then instead of having to carry a big tripod or anything like that, then this really is so worth the £20 that it costs. That's all it costs. It weighs almost nothing, and you've got a Gorillapod, but you've also got the ability to attach it to things where a Gorillapod couldn't even attach normally. So it's just a win-win-win kind of thing. Tiny, light, ultra versatile, and not very expensive at all. 20 quid. And if you're a blogger, I would say this is... I feel like an idiot for not having bought this earlier. I would say this is a 100% good thing to buy. I've emailed Jobby, or the person that sent out to me, and said, look, is there any kind of details about, do the magnets run out? Is there a danger of the magnets affecting the memory cards inside your bag and stuff like that? So they said they're going to get back to me. Their details that they give to me, I'll put that onto the blog post, which I'll put the link down to below. If you're wanting to buy this thing, I'll put the link down to my Amazon store as well if you're wanting to buy that. But check out the blog post. I'll put up, so I've done some more photos, some stock shots showing how it's like hanging on the side of a radiator, or it's hanging from a nail with the camera and all that kind of stuff. So check out the blog, more stuff there, and I'll put in the details of whether there is a danger to memory cards or hard drives or any other stuff that you've got in your camera bag. So it may be a case of that's why they haven't made a big ass version, because it would need mega magnets, and the mega magnets would then screw up lots of stuff in your camera bag if it was anywhere near anything else. So I think that might be the only reason, but hopefully they'll get back to me with more details on that. But otherwise, I would say if you're a blogger and you use a GoPro or a little camera, point and shoot camera for your stuff, absolutely 100% get this now. Link down below. Hope that helps everyone. Cheers, bye bye.